Hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, entertainers? Y'all already know what I came here for. I came here for the love. I came here for the followers. I came here for the clout. I came here for the ad sponsors. I came here for the sponsorships. I came here for love. Okay, y'all already know how it go. What is going on, y'all? We talking Love Island. Before I get started, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think about this video. So recently, you guys, Nick and Taylor went on Kiki's podcast and spilled some tea a little bit about their experience on Love Island. Okay, they have some things to say about Olan, Cierra, and all. So let's first start talking about the whole Taylor and Alondra situation. Some of the stuff he said during this kind of ticked me off because it's like, you got a lot of nerve. You really do. Like, he literally said in the podcast with Kiki that he was going to pull Alondra aside for a chat after the whole episode aired and everything like that, even outside of the villa. But he didn't want to have the conversation with her because he's scared that he would go off on her. And I'm like, go off on her about what? Because he's like, oh, she cussed me out in front of all these people. Because she had feelings for you, my nigga. Like, I don't think Taylor's computing the fact that, like, she actually liked him for real. Although you may not have felt the same, she did. So how could you go off on her for her being upset that her feelings were hurt? Although she may have not handled it in the right way, for you to be mad that she's upset is crazy. After you literally had her develop feelings for you, you kind of stringed her along, and then when Clark came around, you dumped her like she was a piece of hot garbage. This is why anytime I see them hanging out, I feel like Alondra is doing herself a big disservice in hanging out with him. I'm not saying you got to be mean to him, hold grudges, none of that, right? But going out of your way to hang and foolala, girl, bye. I'm sorry. Like, he's still playing in your face because this podcast was filmed before the reunion, a little bit before the reunion, you can tell, because they talked about and alluded to the reunion filming, who is going to show up or not. And then they also went into a little bit about what they want to talk about and address the stuff at the reunion. So you can tell this was filmed a little bit before the reunion. So this was around the time they were all hanging out and stuff. I found it to be disrespectful because, like, who you was about to go off on? And what were you going to say when you went off on her? Shout out to Kiki for trying to get us the tea that we all wanted, okay? She really attempted to do the same thing with Olan and Shelly, but they're a little bit too PR trained. But at least Nick and Taylor gave us a little bit more than they did in regards to divulging information. Another thing that they went into is in regards to the recoupling and the votes of it all. Taylor said he was really shocked about how they were being perceived in the house. He thought that him and Clark were going to be like more liked. Now, what he did say that was interesting was that he had a conversation with Alondra before the whole, oh, I choose Clark. When she went off, he said he had a conversation with her, so he didn't know why she was going off. I wonder why the producers didn't leave that in. So that further goes to show you how, like, they edit things maybe in a certain way. I don't know if I 100% believe him, because just because you had a conversation with her, was it in specifics as to, like, if something were to happen and you recouple, you're going with her? Because I don't think it was that. Because if that were the case, Alondra would have paid you no mind, and she would have, like, dead ass ignored you the whole challenge. So I don't know if that's exactly the case. You know what's crazy? I feel like they should require the contestants to watch the episodes before they do, like, any press. Not even that. Make them have, like, a full-on movie night, maybe without the cameras or something. Because it's like a lot of them did not watch the episodes back. So when they're being questioned on certain things, they're just going off of what they saw, not what we have saw as people watching the show, which is a little bit irritating to me, because I think if Taylor watched the show, he would get why he's being perceived the way that he is, because in his mind, he's thinking he's 100% innocent. He did nothing wrong. He was just exploring. That's the whole point of the show, just exploring. No, my whole thing is, he's right, and when he says it is right to explore on the show, but to me, it's like, he's not acknowledging the fact that you string Alondra along until Clark came along. That's what America's mad about, that she was strung along. I don't think they care that you picked her over Olan because a lot of us didn't even want y'all together. It's the fact that you strung her along. Had he cut things off with her, say, hey, I don't want to be with you, boo, blah, blah, I think America would have respected him a lot more. Because it would have put her out of her misery. Because once again, a big complaint of America was that Alondra was looking a little bit delusional. Okay. Now, what I love Kiki that she did during this podcast was she made sure to ask about Cierra. Okay. We all know that's a hidden topic that's not meant to be touched. So to hear a lot of questioning about Miss Cierra, Miss Ortega, yeah. I was like, yes. Finally, we get some answers, okay? Cierra, I know, was watching that podcast like, oh, y'all, cool. I'm going to add like 60 more TikToks just to piss him off. Yeah. Like, you already know she is like already with the TikToks on draft for Nick. Because to me, Nick threw her under the bus completely this podcast. I'm going to tell you why. When they talked about the Huda situation and if she was being bullied or not, he excluded all the guys out of it, which he could have did that, of course, because I don't think the guys were, besides Jeremiah, made her feel any way, right? But to say that the girls were kind of grouping on her and I had to tell Cierra to kind of calm down on that, like, are you serious? If I was Cierra, I'd be fuming right now, because how dare you, nigga? Like, how dare you? Because you did not, to me, Nick did not experience what the girls experienced with Huda. Like, Huda would go to them and trauma dump all the stuff that her and Jeremiah was going through. And they were really patient with her until they weren't. So to say that they were grouping up or maybe somewhat, maybe bullying her, to me is crazy. I wouldn't like that if I was Cierra, because what? Bully? Like, I would have felt a whole lot of ways about that. I don't know. And not even that, you could at least clear Olan's name, be like, oh, I don't think Alondra or Shelly were treating her any type of ways. At least clear your girl up. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't leave it up in the air as if, they was like, pushing their chest up against Huda. And they also talked about the post situation in regards to Cierra posting the Mykonos thing. Kiki was extra messy in this, which I really appreciated. That's what we have to do to get the answers, babes. Okay. So they asked about the whole Cierra post. He said that was really off-putting for him. He didn't think that she would do something like that, and he doesn't want to reply back to the negativity. And Kiki was like, hey, did you reach out to her and stuff? He said the reason why he didn't reach out is because life is so busy and stuff and meetings up and night. Plus, you have a new relationship to focus on. I get that. But to me, to put aside what Cierra did, which was wrong, and I'm not justifying it, and I don't think what she did was right. At the end of the day, she still had feelings for somebody she thought she was going to be a relationship in. So damn her for feeling a way that, like, her nigga got took. Like, y'all mad that her nigga got took. That to me is crazy. Like, what Huda said beats me. Like, what the fuck? Like, I would feel the same way she did, because it's like I would feel a little bitter. Like, damn, nigga, like, oh my God, like, really? But once again, he did choose up. He's now with Olan. Am I 100% a believer in it? I'm still not 100% a believer in it, just not partially due to anything in regards to race or none of that. I just see Nick as somebody who knows what a great opportunity looks like. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, he knows what a great opportunity and, clout and, numbers look like. He's not an idiot. The man is from Florida. We're very smart. Like, we think like 15 steps ahead. Like, I'm just saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're like, while you're thinking there, we're thinking like 10 miles ahead of you. So it's like, that's why I peep him and I peep his game. But once again, I hope if it does end, that Alondra doesn't get hurt. But because you could tell she's the type of person, when she's in a relationship, she falls hard. Like, she really likes when she really likes to do, she really, really likes to do. Like, you can't really tell her much about a dude. So I just hope it doesn't end and hurt. Okay. Now, another thing they were discussing is in regards to the whole Clark situation and how she, at some point of the episode, it was edited to look like kind of shady. in the interactions between, I guess, her and Olan. So that was something else that was discussed. And then we get to the heart rate challenge. I am so glad at this reunion they are going to play the full clip because they couldn't even answer. That's how you know Huda was guilty. They talking about it was a lot. It was a lot. He couldn't even say yes. She did ride the face. She did do a toggle. I done told y'all there's a difference between riding the face and toggling. Okay, this is a toggle. Okay, riding the face, riding around, riding around, right? Okay. That damn Huda, y'all gonna, I'm gonna prove y'all right when that reunion air. That damn Huda did a toggle. You saying she was a Harry. Like she did one of those on Ace's face, which, you know, Ace is a good looking guy. So like, who wouldn't want to toggle on it? I'm playing. Huda was that ass wrong. Y'all know how I feel about that, okay? Especially knowing the fact that she really went that far. And if Shelly did that to Jeremiah, she would have threw a fit. Okay, so let's be real with that. Now, there was some updates in regards to the relationship. Clark, he's trying to convince, Taylor's trying to convince her to move to Oklahoma, which was nice to hear. And Nick and Nicolandria, this was before they went to Greece and had their date, so they could have some individual time together. They kind of briefly touched on the Jeremiah situation in regards to Nick and how he feels about him. And he says that it wasn't no hating ass ish and that Ace wasn't like the commander, because that was something they got into about it. Was Ace the commander of the boys? Okay, he said that's not the case, and the only reason why he said we wanted y'all out is because he didn't want it to point out the other boys and snitch them out. Which I'm like, we as the people watching the show would have wanted you to say, hey, this person wanted y'all, not me, because at least we would have known y'all not some followers. Y'all get what I'm saying? So it's like, you kind of should have did the opposite, but I guess he didn't want to throw them under the bus and have them mad at him, like in the villa. They still hold to the fact that, they weren't following behind Ace. What was interesting is that Ace was supposed to be at the podcast. Apparently he didn't show up, and I guess he's holding, the tea and the receipts for the reunion, which I respected, because at the end of the day, he has his own platform and he could do it on his own platform. Because if I were to go on a show like this, I would spill the tea on my own platform. Like, I wouldn't be going on another podcast after maybe mine. Okay. Now, another thing I want to mention, y'all, Love Island is casting, you guys, starting September 21st. I know one of the casting people. Of course, I can't go on, y'all, but like for the folks that do your big one, okay? Because we will be watching, okay? Now, they did drop a reunion preview, which I found very interesting. We see in the preview, Nicolandria is saying, keep it honest, bro, because we clarified it in private, okay? We clarified it in private, but now we're going to do it in public. She said something to that effect. I really feel like she's talking to Huda. To me, they're trying to make it seem as if she's talking to Taylor. I don't think it's Taylor. Okay. And then we see Taylor with the pillow, like, ooh, and I think they're reacting to the heart rate challenge. So it looks very interesting, a little preview so far. It was just a little quick snippet. They better air it about like 3 hours, because we do not need no little 5-minute, 2-minute exchange, 2 hour, 1 hour. No, we need 3 hours. Okay. 3 hours. All right. Now, also, since the podcast has dropped, all right, Nick, you guys, has posted a little sub meme about how he really don't give a fuck. Somebody commented on his page and he reposted it. And the comment says, I don't know if you know, but they're getting on you on Twitter and it's completely deserved. Baby, let me see. So he eating grapes, not giving a fuck. My whole thing is, I don't feel like he said nothing egregious. In my opinion, the person who should really be mad at him is Cierra. I'll be livid. I ain't gonna lie. But I don't think anybody else should feel a way about him. I will say, though, the only thing I wish he would have done is defend Nicolandria in regards to the whole Huda situation. That, to me, is protecting your girl. Because at the end of the day, that was a big thing on the internet where they were saying a lot of racist things towards her and calling her all types of names just because she was defending her friend Shelly. So it's like, you could have said, hey, I don't think that was right, or like kind of basically clear her name of the bullying. And I think that's what was his biggest mistake on his podcast, is that was not done. Okay. To me, the person who really looked like a plumb fool was Taylor, because it's like, you just don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I get this was shot before the reunion, but it's like for you to still feel that way going into the reunion, that's a choice. Also in the podcast as well, he addressed the whole Cierra leaving thing. A lot of you guys are dragging it in regards to him, and y'all know I'm not the biggest Nick fan, but he only said he didn't know if things were going to land with him and Alondria if Cierra was still there, because y'all know how Alondria is a girl's girl. She would not have wanted to approach and continue being with him if Cierra was in there. That's what he was alluding to. I don't think he was saying, oh, if she was there, I would probably never went with her, and like, oh, no, I would have just left with Cierra, bye-bye. No, I don't think he was saying it in that way, okay? Y'all got to understand, these people are not celebrities. They're just not getting used to fame, so, like, a lot of y'all do a lot, but that's Love Island, I realize. Let me know what y'all think down below about the interview. What did you guys think about the reunion teaser? What did you guys think about it as well? Now, Coco, by the way, spoke a little bit about how she felt about the whole Alondria not saying hi to her. Which, by the way, the other day, right? I'm editing something on my computer, and I've turned my TV on, and I put it on. There's this channel. If you have Xfinity, there's a channel that plays BGC on repeat. So I was like, let me just watch it. Winter season was on. I didn't realize how messy winter was until I watched like some of the season over again. I'm like, this bitch really was a toxic, messy girl, and she's still doing it to this day, because the whole Coco situation really happened because Winter was pushing her to talk shit about the other cast members. I kind of don't like how people are like, they're bulldozing bullying this girl, when it's like, it's not like she came on and was just like, let me, Alondria, she did talk ish and say that she was given delusional, which a lot of people watching the show did say, let's be real, but she didn't just go on there and just talk shit about everybody. So I kind of hate how, like, the fans are doing a lot in regards to that, because it really was Winter's fault.
How do you about Alondria saying she didn't want to say hi to you? Are valid. I'm not here to invalidate anyone's feelings, but I am here to clear things up and let people know that anything that may have been misconstrued or misunderstood, I'm here to clear it up.
And she also says that she regrets doing Winter podcast, because somebody said, I wish you did not go on Winter's podcast. So beautiful, though. And she says, you and me both. In the words of Huda, beats me. Anyways, let me know what y'all think down below about this video and wherever it is.